What's up,
What's
everybody?
up? What's up, everybody? This is Shannon and Shirley,
Yes,
and we
yes.
are the hosts of the My Marriage is Dope
My
podcast.
marriage is dope.
I am one of the co hosts, Shannon Austin, Big Shan, what they used to call me. I'm not that big anymore. I went on a special cancer diet
Mercy.
and lost a whole bunch of weight. And this is my co-host.
Yes, Big Cheryl, Jersey in the building. What's
She
up?
tried to act so much like she a thug. She is not a
Hey,
thug at all. Big
hey,
Cheryl, you can fight though.
hey. If it's in you, it's in you. I didn't ask for it.
Ah,
I didn't ask for it.
that's so funny. So, look, we're glad that you all are joining us today. We want to make sure that you stay connected. Make sure that you are heading over to YouTube, wherever you are. If you're watching on YouTube right now, thank you for joining us. And we want to make sure that you subscribe, and we want to make sure that you are liking and engaging with the podcast. So we'll be paying attention to the comments, questions, anything of that nature. But hey, man,
And let me say this.
just say it.
Since I don't know what we're talking about, hey guys, I don't know what we're talking about today. You say certain words, you'll get banned. So you
Oh,
need to figure out another word to say. Cause I already know if I don't know what we're talking about, it's gonna be something spicy, it's gonna be something
it's not spicy at all.
something
It's edgy, but
edgy.
it's not
Okay.
spicy.
Okay.
So we won't get banned. We might get divorced, but we won't get
We're
banned.
not getting divorced.
So uh
Because we don't throw each other under the bus. We don't do none of those
oh,
stupid
you going all the
things.
way under the bus today. I actually
Ah,
ordered.
well, I'm walking off set then.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you cannot.
Yes, I can.
I ordered, this is what I tell you what I ordered.
Yes.
I ordered, they should be pulling up soon. I ordered a fleet of buses.
A fleet of
A
buses.
fleet of buses.
You big money baller like that?
I ordered a fleet of buses. You know why?
Where's my Range Rover? If you can order a fleet of buses, you can't order me a Range?
I ordered a fleet of buses. Do you want to know
I
why?
want to know why.
So I could have enough buses to throw
I
you up
I
under.
figured because that's
Yes.
that's what you love to do.
I don't love to
You
do it.
do love to
This
do it.
just so
That's why you
happens.
do it. That's why you do it. We don't do nothing that we don't get a reward for. That's why you love to do it.
All right. So, guys, go to my Marriage is Dope podcast. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Let's get into it, man. So um, we have been managing a particular space for a very long time, and we just recently had some discussion about this space. And
Oh, prayer. Yeah, praying
no,
together.
no, not praying together.
we've
No,
been because we've been managing that space for a very
we've
long
been
time.
we mismanaging
Okay.
that space.
Yeah.
I don't do it very okay. I'll take that. You ordered a bus.
Well, we
Right.
ordering buses around here.
Hey, I ordered a fleet of them, right? So, yay. For those of you who don't know, I'm not really that great at or I feel uncomfortable with with the idea of
Baby, just stick to the.
no. I want to do this. I am very uncomfortable with the idea of family worship, especially because of the family she came from. Like I didn't grow up in a family that had family worship. Just didn't happen. But she did. And it was regular and it was to her meaningful and things of this nature. And I didn't I felt I felt silly. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I didn't, I felt like I was being, it was like it was contrived. And and so I have not been the person that has been able to pull our family together historically. We started off early, doing that, but it just felt so weird.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would just do things in my own way. So she's right. And I need to do better at that. We coach that. It is an area of weakness. It's a blind spot for me that I need to clear up before I leave this earth. You know, we don't know how much time we have. And so I don't want her to be in another 10 years saying something about prayer and how she doesn't feel led or covered or anything of that nature. So y'all pray for me that I will do better at that. With that being said,
Yes, mm-hmm. Go ahead. The end of
oh,
the
that's so
marriage.
funny,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what I want to talk about, I'm hesitating because I can feel her eyes on me. Like, where is this person? Where is my husband of mine going? And I'm being nice with these words, right? Where is he going with any of this? But there seems to be a problem, a fundamental problem with the idea of obedience in marriage. Like a fundamental, and let me say this, for the most part, I think that women have the biggest problem with the concept of obedience. I know you have you definitely have a problem with the concept of
That is so interesting because if we get everybody that knows us, they would say the complete opposite
obedience.
because they see me walk in submission to you.
I say anything about submission. That's two different topics.
So what are we to obey?
Obedience is when I say to do something, you do it.
Oh, okay. So you're saying we don't have our own minds. We're not autonomous individuals where if you say do something and I don't want to do it, I'm being disobedient because I don't want to do it and I choose to do something else. Yeah, I do disagree with that.
So, at what time, let me ask this question, right? At what time or age do our children become autonomous, sentient beings that are able to make decisions for themselves?
Well, it's a
And listen, I want you to don't be so quick to answer that question because we know what society says, how we've been raised. But at the end of the day, like at what point in time or do we become as parents comfortable enough to say, I'm going to trust your decisions?
Quan, the wheels on the bus go round and round. So
Mm-hmm.
as a parent, there are levels to making decisions, right? I allowed our children to make decisions early on, little small decisions that helps to build their confidence.
Little
As
micro
micro
decisions.
decisions, as they got older, they began to make decisions that had more impact.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they learn lessons.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they are taught that, oh, I have a say.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just you telling me what to do for the rest of my life. So now you're saying once we get married, we just regress? We go back to being obedient to somebody? What I want, what I think, what I like now serves no purpose and it is of no importance? No. So if you say, "No, I want you to like this. This is what you like cuz I like." So I'm being disobedient when I don't like what you like, when I don't want what you want? No.
So let me say, can I say what I'm hearing? Or
Please,
did you have
please,
right?
please.
What I'm hearing is a very, and this is not to say that you're unhealed,
Mm.
but that is coming from a very unhealed place
You just using that
of
because I said that
no,
this
no, no,
morning.
no.
Because that, honey.
I
Okay, go
remember
ahead.
what you said this
Go
morning,
ahead. Go ahead, honey.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
it comes from a very unhealed place because first of all, why would I tell you to do if I'm a man of God, if you trust me as it in holding the position of the in the family that I hold.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, I'm responsible. I am diligent. You know that I would not do anything to put you in danger.
Mm-hmm.
You know all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, do thus and so.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you feel that I would say that? Why would a spouse feel that another spouse would say that? And it's not coming from a positive or good place.
So, all jokes aside, if you tell me something, you Shannon tell me something,
Mhm.
I know that that it's coming from a good place. I know that
Do you
that's
know that?
I do know that
You're saying that, or are you saying that?
I do know it's coming from a good place. Even sometimes you tell me things out of your fear. Like
Mm-hmm.
the fear is not the good place, but I know at the core of your heart, it is coming from a good place.
Yes.
I have no questions about that, but I'll give you an example. I just did a road trip, guys. I flew out to Cali. My baby sis has moved back to Georgia. So I flew out there to drive with her back. So before I left, Shannon is filled with anxiety, fear. I don't operate from fear. I operate from faith. I trust God. If I get in an accident, I'm trusting God. Whatever happens, my trust is in God. That's the opposite of Shannon. So I knew that how Shannon was operating was out of fear, it was out of protection, it was out of my wife is traveling, driving cross country. Like I'm taking in all of these things into play. So I'm seeking his guidance on what route to take. I'm letting him in on this process to help
Mm-mm.
him to be to help him to be as comfortable
Mm-mm. You don't
as
have to lean
oh
in,
sorry
but
to help him to be as comfortable as possible, right? And so he's saying take this route. Don't stop in think about these things and all the things. So and then he said drive every 3 hours to swap out. Now immediately when he said that, I knew that that wasn't something that I wanted to do because 3 hours, I mean I could do that in my sleep. So I'm like, let's get down the road. Let's see how long it takes to drain the gas tank. And so I'm taking in all of this. I'm considering all of this. So when we get on the road, the first time I started out driving, I drove about 4.5 hours. So Shannon is upset that I didn't stop at 3. He looked at
disobedient.
that as me being disobedient.
Disobedient.
I looked at that as I am the one in real time doing the thing, not you. So you don't can you participate in this process of and give me your advice and your wisdom on what you think is best? Absolutely. But I'm the one doing this thing. So I'm doing what is best for me in this particular situation. I don't want to have to sleep 3 hours and then have to get up because listen, when I get into the passenger seat, I'm not going to sleep just like that. When I get in the bed, do I go to sleep?
Yes.
No, I wind. No,
Oh, you
am
wind
I? I'm
down.
a
Yeah.
wind downer,
Yeah. You
right?
don't take too long to wind down.
So now I'm in a passenger, right? But I'm in a car, a moving vehicle with somebody else. It's bright daylight. Like it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew, but when I got in that 3 hours, it might have taken me 2 hours just to settle down into my body to regulate. And so I'm like, no, I want to have a longer time to sleep. So I'm going to drive a longer time. You didn't trust me as an individual who is in the situation real time to make responsible decisions. That's not me being disobedient, honey, because I did travel the route that you told me to travel. Like we took certain things into consideration. I disagree with that disobedience thing. I really do. But I will say, many times when you say do X, Y, and Z, do I not follow suit?
Oftentimes.
I do. Exactly.
There are times that you just completely ignore me.
But given this example, would that be a great reason?
No, not at all. I'm sorry. Hey, I want it to be a great reason,
So
but
then I'm not considered. That's how I take the disobedience conversation. Like
okay.
I'm not considered.
Okay. So then let's which we did yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to do we're reliving again.
Mm-hmm.
Let us look at what God says.
God talk about submission,
Now,
not
I'm not talking
and you
about
said those
submission.
are two different
Yeah,
things.
I'm not talking about submission,
Okay.
right? I'm talking about obedience. When the Bible says obedience is better than sacrifice,
To God.
look,
Obeying God.
you
Yes.
no. God is not God is not giving us these concepts for to only deal with him.
Right. Our children. I said
This
that to
is
my
how
children
we
too.
should deal with each other,
Oh,
right?
wait. So
Hey,
you're saying
pause,
another
pause.
man can come to me and tell me something and I'm to be obedient to another man?
What you talking about?
You said this is how we're to deal with each other.
Yeah, you and me. This is how we're supposed to deal with each other. We're talking about you, me, and God. Not no other man. Where does another man come from?
Because who is God saying? Oh, God is saying obeying is better to sacrifice,
Right.
right?
The concept.
Yes.
It is better. Listen, I
Mhm,
don't care about you come bringing your sacrifice.
mhm,
Come bringing your gift to me.
mhm,
I don't God this is God saying, I don't leave your sacrifice.
mhm.
And this is a this I mean, I'm not a chapter and verse guy, but somewhere in the good book it says, if you have aught between you and another man,
Mhm.
leave y'all sacrifice. You coming to give me a sacrifice at your altar. Leave that there
Mhm.
and go and make it right with your brother.
Right.
Then come to me with your sacrifice.
Right. Hmm.
What we would like to think is, oh, I did this. Oh, I offered this. But I'm not listening to you and I'm not obeying you. This is another thing that God says. God says, if you love me,
Hmm.
keep my commandments.
Hmm.
What I get from that is God saying, all of this other stuff you're doing, that's cute.
Hmm.
But if you really want to demonstrate love to me, do what I tell you to do. Just plain and simple. I said, don't have no other gods before me.
Hmm.
Oh, but you were great. We was concerned about we left Egypt and we were unsure.
Hmm.
You say you love me. I'm your God, and you my people, right?
Hmm.
Yes, God. If you love me,
Hmm.
do something real simple. Just do what I tell you to do. That is the demonstration
Hmm.
of love, not some what you feel in your heart. Now,
Hmm.
it is easy for us to apply our love through obedience to God because of God's who God is.
Hmm.
So it's hard for us to trust human nature. And if another human has what's best for you in their heart,
So let me ask you
that's
something.
difficult.
Okay. Hmm.
So I understand the pushback
Hmm.
that you give, mostly women give, but that men give as well.
Hmm.
Because here is the flip side, y'all. The flip side is, now let me say this before I say what I'm about to say.
Hmm.
I can be very disobedient,
Yes.
very
Very.
disobedient,
So this is an
especially
interesting
in the
conversation.
area of the flesh And at this point in time in my life, the flesh as it relates to food, I love, even as a cancer survivor and all of that, I like my sweets, man. I like my sweets. And I'll be sitting and having debates about, I'm listening to people saying sugar don't feed cancer and that's not where all that. But I know that me eliminating certain things from my diet or decreasing them exponentially has helped to save my life. That's a fact of the matter.
Mm-hmm.
So when my wife comes to me and say, "Okay, that's enough ice cream. You've had enough this week." I'll be like, "Well, you think I had enough, but it's another ice cream in the refrigerator, in the freezer. So clearly I haven't had enough if it's some left." That's me rationalizing and working outside of the confines of obedience. That's me doing what in the Hades I want to do
Mm-hmm.
because I want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is. It ain't nothing else. You can't call it anything else, and I own that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do much, much better. But for the most part, when you tell me to do something, I do it.
Mm. You believe that?
I know that for a fact. When it comes out your mouth and you say, "Hey, I want," if you don't you very rarely do this.
Yeah.
Let me finish. You
Mm-hmm.
very rarely do this, but um but you'll be like, "Okay, I want the house clean," or if we're having company or something, "Hey, dude," and you want something specific,
Mm-hmm.
or you want me to go to the store and get something. I don't go to the store and get what I think
Oh,
I
you're
heard.
on it. You're on it.
I don't. I go and get exactly what you said, and
100%.
if I can't get exactly what you said, I'm calling. "Hey, they don't have this. What is there an
You're
alternative?
great at
What
that.
are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah." If you say, "Hey, I need this room clean," or "I need you to vacuum the
Mm-hmm.
such and such," or
Yep.
"I need you to," for the most
I give
part,
you that, boo.
I comply. If you say, "Wear this," or "Wear that," or "I think you look cute in this," or I'm like, "Okay, you want me to wear that? That's what I'm wearing."
Mm-hmm.
But there's times, and you listen, Mamie Perry, the wise prophetess, Mamie Perry, your mother,
Mm-hmm.
said to me early on in life,
Oh, but I'll never be able to live this down,
"You
y'all.
never will," because she spoke the truth. You're gonna do what you want to do. It ain't gonna be too much of the, like, you at the end of the day. If she want to do it, she gonna do it. If she don't want to do it, she not gonna do it. That's you. She was talking about you. And so,
And I have
like,
grown
you
exponentially
have,
and
you have. I have to give
exponentially.
you
Like,
props. But still, for the most part, you went from 10% to like 30, 40%.
and now I'm at like
No, I just
80%,
said you went from 10% to like 30, 40%.
and then to 80%.
What,
Absolutely.
well, I'm grading the papers.
Yeah, well, you graded them wrong.
Good. And
You
I'm grading,
graded them wrong.
and I'm grading on a curve. Because sometimes,
See, that's what's wrong with Negroes. They will not give you your props.
don't call me that.
You're not a
It's
Negro.
it is African American History Month. I'm
That's why I'm
African
calling
American.
you a Negro.
I'm African American.
That's what's wrong with African Americans. They don't give you your props. You know, honey,
I give you
you
props.
serious right now.
I'm just saying,
I'm just
generally
saying.
speaking. But now let's expand this to,
Hmm.
like, real, like, some of our in our what we see in our coaching.
Hmm.
Like, now I'm going to introduce the word submission. Husbands and wives aren't submitting themselves one to another.
Hmm.
Either they feel like there's a hierarchy,
Hmm.
or you're not going to tell me what to do. I'm a grown behind woman, or I'm a grown behind man. I'm a grown man. You don't tell me what to do. You said something so it was a long time. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. You said this, and I thought it was one of the most profound things you ever said in a coaching session, or I don't remember if it was a coaching session or um, we were presenting somewhere or something. But you said if your spouse asks you to do something and it would not morally corrupt you, why wouldn't you just do it?
And I 100% stand by that. Absolutely.
Like, that's obedience.
Okay.
That's all that is. It has nothing to do with if you're a sovereign human being who can make their own decisions. This ain't that. It's not, because, especially if you trust your spouse. Now, if you have an abusive spouse who would who tell you to do things that were not healthy for you. So now let's go
Yeah.
back.
No,
Let's
I
go
gotta
back.
say
Let's go
this.
back to Cali. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's go back to Cali. I'm sorry. I got to get this. We got to talk about this. So the reason why
Hmm.
I suggested the switch every 3 hours
Hmm.
was not for you to be able to get rest. It was not for you to sleep. Because in my mind, I thought you guys would sleep at the end of a driving day. The goal was to get circulation, get fresh air,
Hmm.
and then uh, uh, um, get out of the, because when you're driving for a long time, you can almost get hypnotized, almost like you see the same road going, especially the route y'all came. You start seeing that some of the same geography
Hmm.
stuff looks the same, ain't nothing changed, and that could just dull the senses and make you even more tired, even if you've had fresh sleep.
Hmm.
So this stopping, you're forced to move.
Hmm.
You're forced to move, circulate. When you get out, you stretch, you blah, blah, okay, let me adjust everything to where now that has done something to the mind and the body that will allow you to get to your destination and not be fatigued. You can drive long distance cross country, but if you do it in a certain time frame, by the time you get to your destination, you need 3 or 4 days off. The reason that what I instructed you guys to do was that you would not be fatigued at the end of the 2,800 miles that you drove, or whatever, the 2,400 miles that you drove.
I get that. We still would have been fatigued. That's a lot of driving, sitting in the car, you're sitting up. There's nothing that could usurp the fatigueness.
It
And
is. It is. By the way, science says it, but
okay. So let's ask the people who have driven long distance,
it's not about driving. It's
right?
about.
Like
It's
you're in a
about. So
car.
if you're, like, let's say you're working
Okay.
night shift,
Mm-hmm.
it is good if you're working night shift to every kind of hour and 10 minutes, get up and walk around.
Mm-hmm.
Get up and walk around. You're there, even though you're not getting sleep, you're not whatever. If you can get your mind engaged
Mm-hmm.
and your body engaged, you get down. One of the things I used to do when I worked night shift, that I would get down and do some push-ups. I would, watch different things on the TV. I would get up, stretch, walk around, blah blah blah, do this and so. It helps to keep the mind and the body active in a way that does not cause you, even though at the end of the shift,
That's
I want
okay.
to sleep.
There we go. That's what because I know what science says about this.
Hmm.
It's in the moment doing the thing. It is very helpful. It
Hmm.
does not stop the fatigue. It does not stop the tiredness. Once that thing has stopped,
Hmm.
you're going to go home and you're going to knock out,
You really,
right?
you went to like 8 or 9
So,
just now. I just want to let you
oh,
know.
that's that's not even 9.
7 or 8,
You know
7 or
that's
8.
not no 7 or 8 for me.
That was, I know, I'm looking at your expression.
Right. So it doesn't stop that. But this is the thing. This may be one of those things that we just will see differently,
Hmm.
because I don't think it's a drastic, if if my spouse knows if I know that my spouse has the very best intent for me, then everything they say I should do. I don't believe it. I don't think, well, you just don't do it if somebody's abusive. But if they have your best interest at heart, then everything that they tell you to do, you should do. I don't believe that, because that's taking away my thought process about the thing and how I view the thing and what I believe is best for me. Yes, you felt that that was best for me, but you're not in the thing. You're not doing it.
Hmm.
You didn't trust me, because you're not in the car. Shirley and April were in the car.
Mm-hmm.
We said we only want to stop one time at a hotel. We don't want to make this no 3-4 day trip.
Mm.
I had stuff to come home to. So we did it in a way where we felt was doable for us,
Mm.
and it was still responsible.
Mm.
Right? So then where do you get to the point where you say, okay, well, I asked my spouse to do this. And this is where I think where my frustration came in with you, is that even now, as we're talking about it, you will not say, you know what? My babe she was the one doing the thing. She saw it a certain way.
Mm.
She was like, okay, this is what's best for me. So let me not interpret this as her being disobedient, but her having insight.
Mm-hmm.
And she's saying, you know what? I appreciate that that's how you said, babe, but I'm going to use my insight because I'm the one here doing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I believe is best. And you saying, well, let me trust my babe.
Mm.
It's like you did not trust the fact that I would make a responsible decision. I I I had to get back home, and I told April there was one time we were so we're going through Cali, right? So I've never seen cactuses and the mountains the way that Cali has mountains. I mean, it's just beautiful. And so we saw just like a sea of cactuses, and we were like, "Oh, we have to stop and take a picture." And but in the so we're right off the road. I mean, it's right off the road. It's flat lands, cactuses. You have 2 lanes going one way, 2 lanes going the other way, and then the side of the road, and then there's brush. Well, listen, it might be the movies, but where there's cactuses, there's rattlesnakes and everything, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm seeing brush, and the brush is low, but you can't see in the brush. And so April was like, "Oh, we'll be good." And I was like, "Mm-mm-mm. Nah." She's like, "Come on, big sis. Come on. We know when we gonna do this again." And I said, "I got a husband to get home to. I got a family to get home to. If I if I'm going to be irresponsible, I'm gonna take that risk." She took the risk.
Mm.
That's what she did. She was able to get a picture with the cactus. I stood on the road and took a picture. The cactus was way over there, but that's how I chose to do it,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not going to risk my life just to get an extra mile in, just to get a picture, just to not have to get a hotel. And I felt like you did not trust that.
Well, I didn't, because
Get on my nerves.
I didn't trust that, because the I think it was the last morning wake up. I look at your where you are on the map, and y'all at a truck stop.
Baby, that's the last morning.
Long,
That's the last
long.
morning.
Y'all was at
We
a
done
truck stop.
already. You know where we were at the truck stop? Truck stop. So I need you to tell me why you didn't trust me before that. Because when we were at the truck stop, we were in Louisiana. When I took that picture, we were in California.
What truck stop were you at?
We were at Love's.
Love's.
The
All right.
most lit truck. I mean, they have lights so bright you can barely sleep. I had to cover my head. Like that. Love's is very safe.
Let me tell y'all something. This one trained me early. We don't stop at truck stops to sleep. We just don't do it. We don't do it. I remember we were at a truck
And
stop
tell the
one time.
whole story.
I mean, it wasn't. it wasn't a Love's truck stop.
Y'all.
But hold on, wait, pause,
Oh,
pause.
goodness.
It was a truck stop that I did not mind. I did not have a problem with stopping at, personally, to sleep.
Mm.
So I'm going to stop. I'm not thinking, if she thinks I'm unsafe, I feel unsafe. She's not going to feel safe. So I feel safe. So this is early on in our marriage. And we stopped at this truck stop. And I was like, all right, I just need to sleep for a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. I didn't say, hey, you need to drive. We pretty much, for the most part, if it's a road trip that we're on, I'm doing pretty much all the driving. Period. Oh, excuse me. And so here we are at this truck stop, because I just need to close my eyes for a minute because I'm in the danger zone. So I need to close my eyes. I close my eyes, y'all. I don't know how long my eyes have been closed, but I look up and look over, and she is sitting up, like vigilant,
I'll keep a watch.
head
Baby.
on a swivel.
I'll keep a watch.
And I'm like, if I needed you, you would be too tired. You are so busy up that you can't even do what you. So I was like, from then on, I learned, you push it as long as you can. When it's time to sleep, y'all lay down. So you look at what's coming up on the little side things on the highway. You see what's coming up in the next few miles, and you know you're exiting, and you're making a reservation. That's how we operate. And from then on, that's how we operate with the boys. When we're traveling with them, when we're traveling by ourselves,
sure, but with the kids,
right? But that wasn't always that way. And it was like, you know something? It's not worth it. It's not, I came to the mindset of, it's not worth trying to push it. Like, it's not like, leave at a decent hour, get decent rest, and stop when you're tired. That just makes sense. But when you hear about, there was a pile up on such and such a road, this accident happened. Listen, she has much stronger faith than I do. If I got mustard seed faith, she got like pumpkin seed faith. Her faith is greater than mine. Right? But this is not a conversation of faith. This is a conversation of, Lord, you like, I trust you to do right, but I'm not going to add to it by being irresponsible. So when I suggested how to do the trip and to add, make sure that you were adding adequate rest and things of that nature, that still would have got them here in the time that they needed to be here,
no, we would have gotten here a day later.
which would have not meant a big difference in the grand scheme of things. But what you would have padded, what you would have added, was a certain level of safety that you should consider, because it's not just you.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean,
Right?
we could have made it a 5-day trip and added
Well,
even
see,
more
now you're
safety.
being, yeah, you could have made it a
We could have
30-day
made it a
trip.
30-day trip
Yeah,
and
right.
just it
Don't
would
do
have been the
that. Don't do that.
safest trip ever.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not what I'm saying. You know, that's not what I'm saying. And this has nothing to do with you being autonomous. If I was on the road now,
Mm-hmm.
like touring, like I used to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the road now, and you said, make sure you're eating some vegetables in the salad. Do you know what I would do? I would find vegetables in the salad.
Mm-hmm.
I would be fussing at the catering people. Is there not no more salad? Are there not more vegetables? I would be fighting
Mm-hmm.
to do the thing that you have stated that you want me to do.
So what you're saying is we pick and choose when we want to be obedient, because there's some things that I'll say to you and you don't.
I'm saying I'm disobedient.
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm admitting that. I'm raising my hand. hey, I'm Shannon. My name is Shannon, and I'm disobedient.
Mm-hmm.
I can admit that.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one with the fight, with the struggle, and have to, I'm autonomous and I'm my own person, and you're taking away my voice and my value. It doesn't have anything to do with your voice and value. Sometimes God says something through your spouse that's for you.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
And if you ignore that, that could be your demise.
Mm-hmm.
It will be my demise if I continue to do whatever I want to do as it relates to what I put in my body.
Mm-hmm.
It will not work for me. It will work against me.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually works to my advantage to listen to you.
I 100% agree with that.
I know you do. And
I
when you
100%
when
agree
you
with
say,
that.
"Hey, do something," in my mind, I know like but look, it's often. So let's talk about the nitty gritty of it, and then we're gonna wrap up. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The nitty gritty of it is sometimes we're lazy,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we're stubborn,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we're addicted,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we're stuck in our old ways and own ways,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes that all of those kind of things makes it difficult for obedience. But the same rubric applies to God.
Mm-hmm.
We really want to do when God was like, "Thou shalt not have no other gods before me."
Mm-hmm.
Was that who is that for? Is that for the people? Is that for God? But no, you saying I'm your people, I'm your God, then don't put nothing else, don't put no other gods before me.
Mm-hmm.
Honor my Sabbath. Don't take my name in vain.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just be using my name reckless.
Mm-hmm.
Right? These are all things. And when we get into the marriage relationship,
Mm-hmm.
we find it very difficult. I
Okay.
know we're talking about our stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but folks find it very difficult to really, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like hone in on this concept of, especially if my spouse, and I don't want to give people a caveat like, well, my spouse ain't that spiritual, so I don't have to listen to them. No. But if you have to ask yourself a couple of questions. Will this hurt me?
Mm-hmm.
Is it morally corrupt?
Right. Does it go against any law?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If they
Does it?
say to
Mm-hmm.
do something, why not do it? Hey, you should look, you should move the couch over there instead of over here. Well, if you don't have a dog in the fight and you don't really care where the couch goes,
Mm-hmm.
why wouldn't you just put the couch where your
But
spouse is
what
saying?
if you care? That's that and
Now, if you
that's
care,
but
if
they
you have an
babe, that's
opinion,
my point. That's
okay,
what I'm saying.
okay.
Because I 100% agree with like I agree honestly with the obedience thing that we should obey one another. Like what is the point of getting married and your spouse tries to guide you and lead you and you keep bucking against it?
Hmm.
That literally defeats
That's
the
really what we're
purpose,
talking about.
right? And so when I know that you are guiding me in the right way, I don't buck against it. I may have questions. This is how I'm wired. I may have I might ask, well, why do you want to do it that way? Why should I do it that way? What I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
But
As you should.
if I do have a dog in the fight, and listen, me and God and I can talk about this because I don't mind correction from God whatsoever. But I do not believe that if I have a dog in the fight, I should just be obedient.
What if this?
No.
Let me ask you a question. What if this is the correction?
What is the correction?
Me, God. What if God's speaking through me to you right now in this moment?
Well,
This is the correction.
if it is, then God will let me know
How will He let you know?
how God talks to me. I will feel it in my spirit,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I don't feel in my spirit that if there's something using that couch analogy,
Mm-hmm.
and you say let's move it over there,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like it over here,
Mm-hmm.
that's not going to be. not that it should be an easy thing for me to do, because sometimes we do need to follow our spouse's lead when it's not easy. But that's not going to be like, I'm not going to just be like, oh, yeah, sure. Just blindly just doing it just because you said so.
Mm.
No. Now I want to know, okay, why do you think it's best over there? Because right here, it's just I love the look of it. I don't see it's not hindering nothing. It's not getting in the way of anything.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'll say this about obedience, because to me that is a way of losing our voice. And I'm not talking about just as a female, period. I would want you to challenge me. If I just tell you everything, just to do something, every time I tell you to do something and you just do it after a while, like
That's an unhealed space. That's an unhealed space.
no, to me.
Think now. Stop. Pause for a second. Pause for a second.
Hmm.
Take a deep breath. Think
To
about.
me,
You're not pausing.
oh, because you going through the breath work and I'm like,
Yeah. I want you to take a deep breath because I'm about to say something to you.
okay, go ahead.
Think about Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy's life was easier. It's not that he couldn't make the decisions. He left that up to your mom. And he didn't have no, he was fully capable. But he was like, what you want, babe? If that's what you want, that's what we're doing. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And that man had a wonderful life.
He did.
Now, this is what I learned. Let me tell you what I learned
Mm-hmm.
from our house fire.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to wrap up, right? What I learned from the house, see, because how Alfonsi raised me, plus the world and how I was socialized and all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm fully capable of building a house from top to bottom and picking out furnishings
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. I can pick out your outfits top to head and bottom,
For sure.
accessories, all of that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
When it came time after the house fire for us to pick all of the furnishings and all of the things that were going to come back into the house,
Mm-hmm.
I made a distinct decision
Mm-hmm.
that whatever she wants, for the most part, unless it was just outrageous or she was not thinking about, the only way I reined you in was on budget.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to work in the budget, honey.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, whatever you wanted, you said you wanted this and that, such and so, you got that and the such and such. Is that not right?
That is right.
It's because I learned that you're not going to ask for something that is just you just not that kind of woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to worry about you being gaudy by nature and making the choices and all that stuff that's just not the best thing for us. And so I trusted you made some no, all of the decisions you made were amazing. And then the things that you even had to adjust on your own, like you was like, oh no, that's not gonna work. I want to do this instead of that.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing decisions. I love what they did for our house. But that was me trusting you,
Mm-hmm. I agree with
right?
that, honey.
So we have to learn a reciprocal level of trust. It's not about becoming a robot,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not the kind of guy that's in your day to day like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what you, unless it's on the calendar, I don't know what you got going on.
Yeah.
And don't really care that much other than, are you safe? Are you good?
Mm-hmm.
You know, have you eaten? All of those types of things. But other than that, I'm like, you have at it.
I guess
It's your life.
I just need to do a better job being obedient then, huh?
You need to work on it. You need to work on it. You need to work on it, because for us, this has come around a couple of times. Like, I'll say, why can't you do what I just simply asked you to do this? Why can't you? Well, I thought that this, or I was
Right, because
considering
I
that.
have a feeling about
Right, but then when it's not, at least you could say, well, I did exactly what you said to do.
Mm-hmm.
So what now? So that now I have to check, oh, that was wrong. I made the wrong decision. I did whatever, right? But if you don't even give me the option or the opportunity simply by being obedient, like if it's not going to hurt you, whether you have an opinion or not, if it's not going to hurt you,
Mm.
right? So anyway, guys, look, this
Want
has
to
been
answer
great.
one question?
Yeah, we're going to look at the Q&A real quick for 5 minutes, but
Mm-hmm.
thank you for allowing us to unpack that.
Thank you for being here. We're still married.
We're still married. We're still married. We are still married. We
I'm
love you
going to
guys.
do a better job being obedient.
Why are you using that tone? And then you got that sugar honey iced tea eating grin on your face. My wife, I gotta love her because she's amazing. She is my most amazing gift from God. And we want to give you guys a glimpse into some of the more serious conversations that you need to be having, right? Because a lot of the conflict comes because you're just not having the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And whether that conversation is had publicly or with a support group or a small group, maybe you're part of a marriage small group at your church or something like that, you need to be able to have these types of conversations with support and with a peer group or with a coach or a counselor, someone that can help guide you. And if you knew us, this whole conversation could have went kind of
Oh
left,
gosh, yeah.
some years ago.
Oh, for sure.
But we had enough sense to listen to each other
Mm-hmm.
and to hear each other out, to hold ourselves accountable, what we call extreme accountability. And
And let me say this because we only have a few minutes. We only have a few minutes.
mhm.
My takeaway, honestly, is to assess what keeps me from being more obedient. Right? Because you said a couple times, it comes from an unhealed place. And honestly, I disagree with that. I feel like it comes from a place of me saying, we see you said X, Y, and Z. I see it this way. And sometimes I wonder why you even have a dog in a fight about what you're telling me.
Mhm.
I feel like I have more of a dog in the fight. But so my takeaway is to really see, am I coming from an unhealed place, and what keeps me from um being even more obedient, even though just holistically I submit to you, um and I am obedient. I feel like, and everybody who knows us, they're like, you are just the most like submissive spouse. I wish I could be like you, like Rachel, all of them be like, girl. So in my brain, I just, but that doesn't mean I can't look at it and say, how can I be better?
Do you want to understand the micro adjustment that you can make?
Mm-hmm.
You are a very submissive spouse in the areas that you want to be submissive.
Mm. Okay.
But in the areas that you don't want to be submissive or that you want to hold on to,
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly what you're going to do.
Mm.
So submission is not, you
Mm-hmm.
don't pick and choose when,
No,
well, I'm going to
absolutely.
submit to that, but not to that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to think about our relationship. And everybody want to say, oh, that's God, that's different. No, it's not different. God is modeling how we should behave with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And with God, you don't pick and choose when to be submissive and when not to be submissive.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say it comes from an unhealed place, that means a sin place,
Mm-hmm.
which means I don't trust that. I don't trust you. I have my own. Satan was saying, I have my own opinion about what should happen in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I have my, it was that could put us in this whole sin problem in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
It was his inability to submit
Mm-hmm.
in all things. I'm not quite sure. I'm quite sure Satan wasn't bucking for everything that was going on in heaven.
Mhm.
But with a couple of things, he was like, well, I got an opinion on that. Well, how come you ain't asked me about that?
Mhm.
Well, I got something to say about that.
Mhm.
Why can't I have some glory? No, that's not. But we have to understand that God is not trying to micromanage us.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to micromanage you
Babe, because we have to go.
with decisions.
Sorry, I do want you to answer. The champ, please save the that first question, but I do want Shannon to answer. He wants you to answer your bluntness.
Mm-hmm.
How hard, like, what? How do you talk to me with love with you being so blunt? Like, what is that process for you?
Oh, I talk to you. I talk to you. I am straightforward with you,
Mm-hmm.
but I see you as my daughter sometimes. If I had a daughter, how I would talk to her and how I would someone else to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
And if my tone is not matched with how I would want someone to talk to my daughter, even though I don't have a daughter,
Mm-hmm.
um, I, you know, that's the tone that I'm like, watch your tone, get yourself together. Like even if my tone gets out of hand,
Mm-hmm.
I usually come back to you kind of almost immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And like hey, I'm sorry. That's not, you don't deserve that. I don't need to be talking to you like that. Please forgive me. Is that your been your experience or no?
For the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part. So, champ, did you hear that? So, the takeaway is in in real time, you have to manage your emotions, you have to manage your feelings, you have to be able to feel your tone, you feel your heart posture, you feel the energy that's coming out. So you have to be able to pull back. And that one of the things Shannon said that was so good that I liked was looking at your wife like, okay, would I want my daughter to hear this tone from someone who says that they love her? Right? When you look at it from that standpoint, it helps you to be able to control yourself more. At least it should. But we definitely will talk more about that. That's a great question, Champ.
This has been good.
Yep.
Listen, Saquon Bass, we are not counselors. We are coaches, but we can suggest some good counselors for you if you need, or if you think you need, would
Coaching.
benefit from coaching.
Mm-hmm.
We can speak to you about that. Please go to our Instagram page, Marriage Inc. MARRIAGEINC, and DM us there. Follow us, DM us. Coaching. Yup. Okay, got you. And we will get you all set up for what you need and how we need to move forward, to find out if this would be a good coaching fit for you and your spouse. I'm believing that you're married, so I'm going to make that assumption. Let me scroll through these questions, these comments real quick. Wives are to submit to their husbands. There's also a place where we are have to submit to each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Saquon, that's, yeah, wives have to submit to their husbands. The reason why I believe that we see that twice is because just by the nature of how women are wired, they needed a reminder, but it still falls under the same concept of submit to one another, right? But wives, make sure you're doing it because it's already hard for you. It's just the way that that the Father decided to create you,
Yeah.
and for a very good reason, I believe, which we could probably discuss later. Listen, this has been my Marriage is Dope podcast. I am your host, Shannon Austin. Big Shan is what they used to call me.
And I am Shirley.
That's all you are?
Big Cheryl.
So,
Jersey in the
okay,
building.
come on now. You got to give me all of it. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us for this episode. We'll see you the next time. Peace.
See you Wednesday morning, 6:30.